Video number 3 of the day, baby. That's right, we putting in work today. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Cullen's Music Corner. I'm Cullen the Great. Today we're going to be talking about Zayn, or Zion, however you pronounce his name. We're going to be talking about his new track, Better. Now, before I get a whole bunch of comments down in the comment section below, I'm just going to throw out there and say I have not picked a personal favorite. I did not choose sides when this whole One Direction split happened a couple years ago. I don't even listen to One Direction. I'm not a One Direction fan. So it was something that was just more of background noise for me rather than something that played a major part of my life. I could care less about if that band is together or not. But I am super excited to check out this song, though, because part of the reason I started doing all these music reviews was so I could listen to new music that I don't normally listen to, songs that people talk about that I don't really know about because it's not in my musical taste. So I'm really excited to review this track for you because this is one of those first ones that I genuinely had no interest in, but was really happy that I did check it out and kind of actually give it a listen, give it a chance. So first thing that I noticed when I listened to the song is the instrumental was awesome. I don't know if it was more of a beat or if it was a live band playing. I think it was more of a beat. Maybe the guitar part was recorded live, but I really liked how the song progressed with the instrumental. It slowly builds throughout the entire song. So it starts really plain, and then it gets a little bit more full, and then it gets a little bit more full, and then pretty soon it's just sounds everywhere. You have a full stereo of singing and music going on. So I thought that was really cool, is the progression of the instruments and the instrumental throughout this song. It wasn't just like here and then it jumped way up here and exploded. It was like baby steps throughout the song to kind of get where you want. In a bunch of the books I've read and the schools that I've gone to for engineering, they all say that as an engineer, you want your songs to flow in that exact way. You want them to slowly progress and get bigger throughout the song. One of the most famous quotes that I remember hearing or I remember seeing in my textbook is you should be able to put the cursor at a random spot in the song, listen to it, and be able to know exactly where you are at what point in that song, because if you're progressing and you're building it up, then you should know where you're at when you go to a certain spot. So I think that Zayn did a really good job on this. I think his engineer made him sound good. Obviously, he sounds good already singing anyways, but this song was pretty good. Now, what you may do, you may be a really great singer, but lyricism is a whole different story. And in this song, the lyrics were pretty basic. There wasn't anything that I was like, hot damn, you know. The only line that I was kind of like, all right, was when he talks about something to get acquitted. But his rhyming, his rhyme scheme, his lyrics were very, very basic in this song. It wasn't anything too, not that it wasn't creative, but it wasn't anything that had a deeper meaning to it. It was just your basic one-syllable words that you would rhyme with. Every now and then he would have 2 or 3 syllable words that he would end on a rhyme. I wish he could have done a little bit better in that sense. I know they're all trying to find themselves as individual musicians, and when a band breaks up, it's very difficult for those musicians to pick up where their band members were, you know, excelling at, and try and match that same level, because it just can't always be done. So I think they're still individually trying to find themselves as musicians, and I think this is a right direction for him. I know a lot of people were not big Zayn fans after this happened. I don't know what happened with all of One Direction, but I know he was kind of at the bottom of everybody's list. So going along with the lyrics, his flow and his delivery throughout the song was pretty good. It didn't sound like there was any forced flow changes or any delivery changes that sounded abrupt and out of place. It all sounded like they went where they could be or where they were supposed to go. So he did good on that part. But on the other hand of that, it was also very predictable when he would switch up his flow. And Not that that's a bad thing. A lot of times as listeners, we can hear when, you know, the beat changes, and then so does the way the artist delivers their lyrics. And then sometimes it just comes out of nowhere, and that's what makes a song that much better, is its ability to kind of keep you guessing and keep you on your toes. And this song was very basic, for lack of a better term. Lyrics were basic. It didn't have anything that kept you engaged and wanting to go back for more. Same with the flow changes and the delivery changes. It was very basic in the sense of where they went and how he changed his flow. He did really good on both of those aspects of not having too many flow changes and not making it sound weird and abrupt, but at the same time, they were almost too perfect. It was almost way too predictable for that scenario. So that's kind of like a catch-22, though. You can't really have one without the other, and you don't want this one or this one at the same time, but you want both, and it's tricky. I think he did a good job on that, especially for one of his first songs. I don't know if it's one of his first songs, but not anything off of a project or an album. It's one of the first tracks that he's kind of done by himself since being with One Direction. The chorus itself is pretty catchy. You know, every One Direction song was a song that you would hear one time, and it would unfortunately be stuck in your head for the rest of the week. So you have a little bit of that in here, not as much of that, you know, bubblegum boy band that you hear in their songs. It's more of a softer kind of song, more of a softer pop than it is like the bubblegum kind of pop that you hear One Direction normally do. Like I described the song earlier, it was very basic, and just like everything else, so is the song structure. Not that that's a bad thing. You don't want to have song structures that are way too complex where listeners can't follow, but you also don't want to have them where it's too basic, too easy, and they fall asleep and they can't keep up with it. I do think he did a good job. It was pretty basic. I think it went verse, hook, bridge, verse, hook. I could be wrong on that. It's typically you'd have the bridge after the second verse leading into that final chorus, but I think he did it backwards in this song, which there's no right or wrong way to do things in music, so I thought it sounded good. I didn't think the bridge sounded out of place. I thought it kind of floated into his second verse, and for all we know, it could be the beginning of his second verse, but overall, the song was really good. I did come down pretty hard on it for just being basic, but that's what it is it's a basic song. So it does have that mainstream appeal and that radio draw. One thing I did think was a little odd for this song was the cover art. It doesn't necessarily play into the song review or how the song sounds in general, but it was just kind of funny. It was like he was in a cartoon, a drawing version of himself, almost in like an anime style in a transformer, and you just see his head at the top of the transformer. I don't know what it had to do with this track. It was cool looking cover art. Whoever did it did a great job. They do great work, but I just thought it was a little funny for what this song was about. So, but yeah, overall, like I said, a great song. What he's singing about is very similar to One Direction. It's very similar to that style of music. However, the way it was delivered was a little bit different. It was a lot more soft, like I mentioned. It wasn't as in your face and so poppy and just jumpy up and down. So overall, I think I'm going to give the song an 8 out of 10. Like I said, I was really impressed with this for being one of those songs that isn't something in my musical taste. And it was one of those songs that I was able to expand my musical taste a little bit more because it was that good. But thank you guys so much for stopping by, checking out my video. I really appreciate it. If you agree or disagree with my Zayn Better review, go ahead, let me know down in the comments section below. Or let me know who your favorite member of the former One Direction is, and maybe I'll try and find some music on them and do a review on their song. Go ahead, let me know that down in the comment section below as well. And then, of course, you guys could click subscribe, click like on this video. I really appreciate it. And heck, while you're at it, you might as well check out them socials too. Follow me on Instagram at Kyle.Cullen8. You can check me out on Twitter at Cullen The Great _. And of course, you can find me and all of my music on your favorite streaming service under Cullen The Great. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and until next time, peace.